strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Bulldog here, and we have some news. There is a new change in the game as they have made some economy changes. They just announced this a few hours ago, and this is in response to one of the biggest problems we were seeing in the game. I did a video just last week, a couple weeks ago, about how there was a problem with Bronze League rewards and spellbook farming. Bots were exploiting it, and basically bronze level players were getting too good of rewards relative. They were getting better rewards than anybody else relative to what they spent. You were having players or bots that were just buying the spellbook, then buying 0 cards, just playing with the free cards. Any rewards they got, they were sending to a main account, and they were climbing up to 1,000, 2,000, 2,500 power and getting gold level rewards basically without spending anything in the game. And that absolutely had to be fixed. It was nice that it was bringing in a bunch of new players. We were seeing the new player growth explode, but I was always a little nervous about those numbers because some of it was because of this. So we're going to have to see how this impacts things, because there's going to be a lot of complaints, because this is a nerf to bronze rewards. There's no sugarcoating it. It is a nerf to bronze rewards, and a lot of you out there are not going to like it, but it was undeniably a problem. Everybody admitted it was a problem, but yeah, new players were getting a benefit, and it was not sustainable. As great as it was that we were bringing in all these new players, it was not sustainable to have the best rewards being the people who weren't spending anything on the game. Not only not spending things on the game, but not attempting to progress their account at all. That was the bigger issue, not attempting to progress the account at all. So let's go in and let's look at what these changes are, because there are basically two things going on here. So there's two things that they announced. So the first thing is, and it talks about how it's important to balance the game and all of that, kind of what I just said. So the first thing is that starting September 30th, so these start on Thursday here in 2 days. This is after the season ends, so they're waiting until after the end of the season. The DEC rewards given out for the ranked battle wins. This will also include the SPS rewards once those get in the game, which are coming shortly. You'll earn SPS for winning battles. So the DEC and SPS rewards earned for ranked battle wins will be capped based on your league. So it will be the lowest number of as far as your rating or the max rating for your league. So let's come over here and click on the leagues here, and I'll show you an example so you can see exactly what we mean. So if you're in bronze, currently, oh, go back. Nope, didn't mean to go back. So currently, if you're in bronze, if you have 0 power down here, so you're in bronze 3, where there is no power requirement, you could climb up to 2,000 rating and get DEC rewards that would be the same as somebody that's in gold with 2,000 rating, or whatever the proper league is for 2,000 rating. And that allowed people to get really good rewards. So now, if you're in bronze 3 and have 0 power, your rating calculation for DEC rewards caps at 399. There is no benefit to getting a higher rating there as far as your ranked battle rewards. And then you climb up to bronze 2 here, it caps at 699. Bronze 1 caps at 999. So you now, if you want to get those ranked rewards for higher level battles, you have to actually increase your league. And this is something that this is exactly what I have recommended for a long time now. Even before it was a problem in bronze, I still felt like it was a problem other places of the game. Now, this gets more controversial because a lot of people don't agree with me. I personally hate the leaderboards. And if this is just my opinion, so if you don't agree with this is fine. I respect that some people don't agree with it, and that's my opinion isn't right or wrong or anything like that. But my personal opinion is that I didn't like how to compete in the leaderboards. You had to stay at a league that was lower than what you really could compete in. So, like, if you look at the Silver League champions, they're going to be a much higher rate. 1899 is kind of the max rating you'll earn DEC rewards for now. But players would go well above that, and they'd be capable of competing in gold, but they'd sit down and play in silver in order to try and compete for the leaderboard. And I didn't like how you had to choose that, like sitting and competing at a level that you're honestly too good for, or progressing. I always felt like you should you should reward progressing and want everybody to progress through there. And they're still going to have those leaderboards that are going to, there's that leaderboard incentive to stay down and play in your league. And that's still going to be there. And those players can still go compete for the leaderboard. But now they're not going to earn as much DEC in game. That's going to be capped. So that's at least going to be something that pushes more people to level up to the next league and progress through the game. Because in my opinion, you should always be progressed to move up and compete in the highest league possible. And I'd like to see more things that do. It's still good to have, like, okay, silver level competitions, and I'd still like to see some more things there. But the way the leaderboards were done, I didn't like that. How you had to choose one or the other, and it disincentivized increasing your league. So I really like how they've got a max cap there that's going to apply to everywhere, not just bronze. It was becoming a problem. It was a definite problem in bronze where people weren't even investing in the game. But I like how it's going to be applied everywhere as well. And then there's another change. There's another big change. So let's go back here. The other one is loot chest rewards for Bronze or Novice League. Here's your new drop rates for Bronze and Novice. So Silver, you'll see at the bottom, is the exact same as it has been. Bronze is what changes. So now, at Bronze 3, for those who have 0 power, because those are the accounts I really had a problem with, those 0 power accounts that were transferring all their cards someplace else and just playing with the base level cards. They will now only have a 10% drop rate for cards. That's a decrease, significant decrease, because it was 50%. So you're going to receive 5 times more cards if you progress up to silver. And instead of DEC in bronze, you are now going to earn credits. And the reason for that change is because basically so they don't have to go and do this again. Because who knows what DEC is going to look like 6 months from now? What if 6 months from now the value of DEC is $30 per 1,000 DEC? And now where it looked like, okay, we kind of nerfed the bronze rewards, now all of a sudden they've all shot up and people are earning too much in Bronze League again because the spellbook price didn't increase. So credits have a fixed value, so they don't have to worry about that fluctuating, or also fluctuating down and not giving enough rewards to new players. It's going to be a fixed set of rewards. So that won't change. And yes, 30 DEC per 1,000 sounds extreme, sounds crazy, but if you told us 3 months ago, 4 months ago, that DEC was going to be up at 7, up at 8, we would have laughed at you. It was at 1. It was supposed to be fixed to 1. Like, that was unheard of, that DEC would... We've had DEC hit 10, and people would have said you were absolutely insane just a short time ago if you said DEC could touch 10. So you never know. In this way, they don't have to try and predict what it's going to be. It'll be fixed values there. So that's why the change to credits. But again, it is a nerf to rewards, and it's still going to allow you to earn. And we'll see if this is enough, and we'll see how much this impacts our spellbook farming, where you just buy the spellbook, send off all your other cards, whether it's using a bot or playing it yourself, and just sit there and play with the base rewards, the ghost cards as we call them, at 0 power, and not invest anything in the game. Because the reality is, it would still be profitable. But instead of earning your $10 back in 2 weeks or a month, now you're earning your $10 back in 2 months or 4 months or 6 months. I don't know. I haven't done the math exactly, but it's going to be a much longer time frame. And hopefully now people will be more likely to invest in other things. Go buy cards instead. Go buy SPS instead, and make investments there where you can make money faster, get a better return that way, so that we don't have a ton of these bots or new player alt accounts or whatever that are just there to leech rewards. And I'm very, very curious to see how the DEC earnings change over for next season, basically. Because if these bots or I'm gonna call it, because they're not always bots. Bots exaggerated the problem, where a player could do 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 accounts. A bot could do 1 or 2 or 5 or 10,000 accounts. So bots kind of made the problem more extreme. But it was also humans as well doing this. But so these spellbook farming accounts, they were basically stealing our rewards. Remember, there is a set DEC pool that's handed out for rewards every day. And it fluctuates based on the value of DEC, but the more players that are playing and earning rewards, the fewer everybody gets. So these accounts were basically leeching rewards without contributing to the game because they weren't buying cards or buying other things. They weren't increasing the value of DEC, increasing the value of our cards. So normally it's okay if more players join to participate in the pool because you're also putting money in the game and increasing the value of everything else, right? And DEC goes up and card values go up and all of that kind of rises with it. So it's okay to bring in more players to share our rewards with as long as they're contributing to the game too. But we were bringing in these accounts that weren't contributing, so they were stealing our rewards without increasing the value of anything. Now that they're going to be stealing a significantly smaller percentage of our rewards, everybody else's DEC is going to go up. So for anybody definitely silver level and above, your rewards are going to go up because there's fewer spellbook farms that are stealing your rewards, and I'm curious to see what those numbers look like next season because that should be good for everybody. Everybody was complaining about the DEC rewards going down. Like, this was a big reason, right? This is a good change to help with that. So I am super excited about that, and everybody that's at least silver and above should be super excited about these changes. Well, maybe not the leaderboard players. Their rewards might be hurt a little bit, but the leaderboard players are getting good leaderboard rewards anyway, so they're gonna be just fine. But yeah, I mean, it is going to hurt the brand new players who are trying to grind away without spending money in the game outside the spellbook. Splinterlands had some comments here, which they kind of got a little sassy down here. I kind of liked it, but they said that it's important to understand that Splinterlands is not a free-to-play game. It is a play-to-earn game in which all of the in-game assets are scarce and limited in quantity. It's much more similar to the physical version of Magic the Gathering than Hearthstone. In Magic the Gathering, no one expects the physical playing cards for free. You're supposed to go out and buy the packs in order to play the game, right? Same with other card games, Pokemon, whatever it is. So you don't expect to just get free physical Magic the Gathering trading card games or trading cards that you can go play with your friends. You have to go out and buy those, and it's intended to be the same way here. It says if you're looking for a free-to-play game where you can earn unlimited quantity in-game assets that basically have no real-life value, there are thousands of such fantastic games across the internet in various app stores. On the other hand, if you want the ability to earn limited quantity collectibles that can be freely transferred and sold, Splinterlands is the place for you. But it's important to note that these cannot be given away for free, and the earning opportunities must be proportional to the amount of in-game assets acquired and held. So yeah, they do get a little sassy here, basically saying, yeah, if you don't like this, go play all the thousands of other games that we are better than. We are better than because we are doing something new and unique, and if you want to be a part of it, you're going to have to go make some investments to acquire these. Well, for most people, it's going to be buying things. So yeah, you can still grind away at this game and kind of play it as a free-to-play, but that's not the intention. And it's going to be a long grind, and it's going to be difficult, not impossible, but it's not the intended way to play the game. So, and then this is my favorite part about the game. It says, additionally, figuring out the best way to maximize earnings in Splinterlands is a huge part of the fun and the challenge. It's not just about battles. It's also about who can efficiently use the card market, the rental system, airdrops, liquidity pools, to push their earnings to the absolute max. And this is what I absolutely love about the game. I love playing the card game, but I also love playing the market and figuring all these things out. And I spend way too much time analyzing all of this stuff and trying to figure out the way to maximize my earnings, when in reality if you broke it down to like a pay rate of rate earned per time spent in the game, I probably wouldn't even want to see it because I spend way too much time analyzing all this stuff. But it's fun for me, so I enjoy it, so that makes it great. So yeah, when new players looking for the familiar free-to-play game experience may not be interested in the Leave, we hope that the players, new or old, who want to be able to earn through playing and are interested in the economy and having real assets that have real value, not just value in a game, but have real value, will enjoy these changes and enjoy Splinterlands for a long time to come. So, and they're absolutely right, 100% right. These changes are necessary for the long-term health of the game and to make this game better. We can't have players players, whether they're bots or humans or whatever, just joining and just paying the $10 and then just leeching rewards without trying to make any progress on their account whatsoever. We have to have incentives to grow your account, to improve your cards, to move up in leagues and face better opponents. And this is a huge step towards doing that. Is it going to fix it? I don't know, honestly. I don't know, but it's a very positive and very significant step towards fixing the problem. And you don't want to take huge steps where you go too far and then you make it impossible for new players to jump in without spending $1,000 or whatever it is. So it's better to take smaller steps and progress. And then if you look back and say, okay, bots are still a problem, these spellbook farms are still a problem, we need to do more, then you can do more. You can take further steps if you need to, but this is a very significant step toward addressing that problem, and I personally think it'll be enough. I think this will be good, and I'm very, very happy with the changes. But the bottom line is we have to see what things are going to be like, because you're not only going to have these changes, you're going to have chaos coming in, introducing a whole new type of economy with higher mint rates and different prices and all sorts of things. So we're going to see a lot of changes. So we're gonna have to just kind of look at things, evaluate how things are looking a few months from now as everything kind of unfolds and chaos ensues and then the dust settles and all that. So we'll see exactly what happens. But overall, I am thrilled with these changes, and I'm glad that they responded fairly quickly to this exploit, to this criticism. Was it last week? Couple 10 days ago, I can't remember. It was fairly recently that I made the video talking about this problem, and now we're already ready to implement a fix and try to solve it. So this team has been very fast at addressing problems that threaten the game economy. They are doing a very good job of this, and I know some new players don't like it, but they're changes that have to be made, and they're good for the overall economy. So I hope this is it. I hope we can finally move on and get into chaos, get into land, get into all that stuff, and start getting into some exciting new features. So I'm excited for all that. I hope you guys are too. You know there's going to be so much more coming on my channel, so much more streams coming. We're doing all sorts of good things, both here and on Twitch. I'll be seeing you guys there. Thanks a ton.